Hi, I'm Dr. Keith Graham from the School of Teacher Education at National Taiwan Normal University. Welcome to my office hours.
So my question today is, as we doing some class observation, some teachers give bonus point to students who answer a question in English. Do you think that is a good way to encourage students to use English? Because we know in bilingual class, we need to boost the English output for them.
Good question, and a very common thing that happens. So let me just give you the simple answer and then the complicated one. The simple answer is no, I don't think this is a good idea.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I do not think it is a good idea to give students bonus points for using English. And here's why. If you give points for something, that assigns value to that thing. If you're going to give extra points when a student says something in English, then you are effectively sending a message to those students that English is going to get you more value over Chinese. Because if I'm not going to get bonus points when I use Chinese, but I am going to get it with English, you're sending this message to students. Whether you know it or not, there is this implicit message that English is going to get you more value points than Mandarin is. And that is, I think, a very not healthy message to send to students in Taiwan. I don't think that is a good thing. So, as you said, teachers do that because they think, oh, well, we need to encourage students to produce output.
Yeah.
One of my former students had a really nice solution to this that he did in his classroom. This is what he did. He would pose a question, and he would say, if you answer the question in Mandarin, you get 1 point. If you answer it in English, you would also get 1 point. But if you answer that question in both languages, like you can tell me the answer in both languages, you get 2 points. So the value is not assigned to one language or the other. The value is assigned to bilingualism. And that I'm supportive of.
I think the student that you have a really good solution about it.
I have some of the most brilliant students in Taiwan. I am spoiled. Yes, they come up with some great ideas. Yeah.
What about if student even did not get the message that English is better than Chinese?
Do not underestimate the messages that you send as a teacher. Here is the thing. Every single thing you do as a teacher is a message to the students, whether you know it or not. And that's why this job is actually one of very high responsibility. The way you dress, the way you show up, the time you show up, how you start your class, how you end your class, how you interact with students, how you interact with other adults. Every little thing sends a message, sends a lesson to your students. So, for me as a teacher educator especially, I try to be very careful about it. I'm not perfect. I make my mistakes. I'm human. But I take this very seriously, that every little thing that I do in my class is a lesson to these future teachers. So I try to make sure that everything I do, I don't just plan my lesson, I plan the whole thing. Because I am teaching implicit lessons to these future teachers through everything I do. So I have to be a model in everything. So from my perspective, this idea that when you assign points to a language, I don't think there's any question to me. That does send a message. You may not be trying to send a message. You may think I'm overthinking it, but I don't think I am. I believe that everything we do as a teacher, from the way we dress, to the way we show up, to how we use language, to what we do, that is all a lesson to students. So we have to be models of what we want citizens to be and what we want teachers to be.
See. So is there other ways for the bilingual teacher to boost more motivation to students that they can boost more English output for them? Is there other strategy or other ways for the teacher?
Yeah, set them up for success. Because if you think about, okay, so what is motivation? At risk of getting too theoretical, motivation comes down to two things. In academic terms, we would say expectancy and value. Okay? So, what does that mean in a junior high school setting? All right, well, expectancy means, does a person think they can do it or not? Which is totally in control of the teacher. If the teacher knows the English ability of the students and presents them with a task, a task for them to use language in, that they know when they see the task, yeah, I can do that. If they do that, that checks the box for the first step of motivation. The other dimension of motivation is value. Now, broadly speaking, value means, does the person think there is value in doing that thing? Okay? Now, in general, like in life as an adult, we make choices about what we do and what we don't want to do based on value. So I don't think it's a good use of my time to watch K-dramas as a professor. I think I get more value out of reading a book. Okay, but other people are different. That's fine. But in school, and especially for like junior high school students, it changes for adult learners. Adult learners are a bit different. But when we're talking about, elementary students, junior high school students, and even high school students to a certain degree, the value is being a good student. So if the teacher asks a student to do something and it's an authentic task, just by seeing value in being a good student, they're going to comply, generally speaking. There are going to be there's going to be a small percentage of students that won't, but they've got, I think, bigger issues in their life that goes beyond that. So the key then, if we can hold value constant, we know value, they want to be good students. The teacher asks us to do something, and to be a good student, doing this task helps towards that, and then they're going to do it. So the expectancy, are they able to do it? If you ask students to do things that they know that they can succeed in doing, giving them moments of success, I don't think it will be a problem. The issue here is that teachers are not necessarily sensitive to students' current levels, or they try to push a little too fast. And then the students experience failure or perceive they will fail, and they refuse to do it. They don't have the motivation because they don't have the expectancy. So we need to make sure that if we ask our students to do something, it's something they can actually achieve. We give them the appropriate scaffolding and support to do it, and they will do it.
So, based on what you say previously, I think the authenticity and also the goal that student can achieve or success, that is really important, right?
Yes. I guess to sum up today's conversation, you do not need to use points to motivate students to do things. You just need to convince them that they can be successful in doing those things. Because I have found in my career, if you are a supportive teacher who gives appropriate tasks to students, and you've got a good relationship with them, they will do it. You don't need to use points. I've never used points. I never used points in my class.
Yeah, you did not.
Yeah. Very early in my career, my first few years I did. But towards the middle part of my career, I never used points. Because I realized you didn't need to. As long as you could be supportive and set them up for success, students will do things for you if you've got that relationship with them. So there's no need for points there. Yeah. So we will leave it there for today. Thank you for attending my office hours. If you have any questions about this episode or anything about Taiwanese bilingual education in general, send me an email at kmgraham@ntnu.edu.tw. I'll see you next time.